Hey guys, welcome to the video. So let's continue with our series on synonyms. This is the 5th lesson in the lecture series of synonyms. We have already solved 40 questions in the earlier parts, so please go through them if you haven't seen them yet. In this video we are going to solve the next 13 questions which have been asked in the exams held previously. So let's have a look at the question. So the question says, in the following questions, out of the 4 alternatives, choose the one which best expresses the meaning of the given word. That is, you have to choose the synonym. So the first set of questions was asked in SSC CGL Tier 2 exam held on 16 September 2012. So our first word is espionage, and the options are pioneering, spying, lineage and planning. Let's look at the meaning of this word. So espionage means the systematic use of spying to get political or military secrets and information. So the synonym of espionage is spying. And spying is the act of keeping a watch on others secretly. So for example, you could say 3 men were arrested for espionage. The other words in this question are pioneering. So pioneering is something involving new ideas or methods, that is unusual. Lineage means the descendants of an individual, that is people who are born or come after an individual. And planning means the act of formulating a program for a definite course of action. So let's move on to the next word. So the next word is called enigma, and the options are puzzle, fear, truth and difficulty. Let's look at the meaning of this word. So enigma means something that is a mystery or puzzle. So the synonym of this word is puzzle. And a puzzle is a game or test designed to test your knowledge. For example, the manner of Sridevi's death is something of an enigma. The other words in this question are fear. So fear is an unpleasant emotion caused in anticipation of something, of some specific pain or danger. And truth is a verified fact. Finally, difficulty means an effort that is inconvenient. Let's move to the next word. So the next word is called concurrence, and our options are currency, occurrence, agreement and conquest. So concurrence means an agreement of results or opinions, and also things happening at the same time are said to be concurrent. So the word which has the same meaning as concurrence is agreement. So agreement means harmony of people's opinions or actions or feelings. An example sentence could be, there was a concurrence of opinions among the board of directors. The other words are currency. So currency is a system of money in general used in a particular country. Occurrence means the fact or frequency of something happening. And conquest means the act of conquering or defeating. Let's move to the next word. So this is the next set of questions. So these questions were asked in the SSC Section Officer Audit Exam 1997. The first word is called obnoxious, and the options are depressing, disgusting, arrogant and filthy. So let's look at the meaning of this word. So obnoxious is something that is extremely unpleasant and causes disapproval. And disgusting is something that is highly offensive and makes you feel like throwing up. And to throw up means to vomit. So the synonym of obnoxious is disgusting. For example, the smell of cigarettes can be rather obnoxious even in the streets. The other words are depressing. So depressing is something that makes you feel sad and inadequate. Arrogant is somebody having or showing an enlarged sense of one's own importance or abilities. Filthy means disgustingly dirty or offensive. Let's move to the next word. So the next word is covenant, and our options are case, coupon, contract and settlement. So a covenant is a signed written agreement between 2 or more parties to perform some action. And a contract is a binding agreement between 2 or more persons or parties that is enforceable by law. So the synonym of covenant is contract. For example, there was a covenant between them that her name was never to be mentioned. The other words are case. So Case means an instance of a particular situation, that is an occurrence of something. Coupon is a voucher or negotiable certificate that can be used by the holder to discount off a particular product. And finally, a settlement is an official agreement intended to resolve a conflict. So let's look at the next word. So the next word is deference, and the options are indifference, sympathy, respect and flattery. So deference means polite submission and respect. So the synonym of deference is respect, and respect is a feeling of deep admiration towards someone. For example, he addressed her with deference due to age. The other words in this question are indifference, which means a lack of interest or concern towards something. Sympathy means a feeling of pity or sense of compassion for someone else's misfortune. Finally, flattery is excessive and insincere praise given especially to further one's own interests. The next word is abrogate, and the options are repeal, destroy, delay and dismiss. So abrogate means to abolish or do away with a law, right or formal agreement, and it also means to avoid a duty or responsibility. And repeal means to cancel officially. So the synonym of abrogate is repeal. For example, Supreme Court ruling held that bans on same-sex marriage are unconstitutional and abrogated existing orders. So the other words are destroy, which means to end the existence of something by damaging or attacking it. Delay, which means to make someone or something late or slow. And finally, dismiss means to treat something as unworthy of serious consideration or attention. Let's move to the next word. So the next word is intrepid, and our options are ambitious, determined, talkative and fearless. So intrepid means brave or fearless. For example, Ravish Kumar is an intrepid reporter. So the synonym of intrepid is fearless, and fearless means unafraid of facing dangers. The other words are ambitious. So ambitious is somebody who has a strong desire for success or achievement, and somebody who has made a firm decision and is resolved not to change it is determined. Finally, talkative is someone who intends to talk a lot. So let's start with the final set of words of this video. So these questions were asked in SSC Section Officer Audit Exam held on 9th September 2001. So the first word is called grandeur, and our options are magnificence, admiration, happiness and awe. So grandeur is used to describe something that is magnificent and impressive, and magnificence is the quality of being incredibly grand and beautiful. So the synonym of grandeur is magnificence. For example, the grandeur and depth of Switzerland's landscape has been a tourist attraction for many years. The other words are admiration. So admiration is a feeling of liking towards somebody. Happiness is the feeling of joy that you get as a result of knowing that life is good. And awe is a feeling of fear that is mixed with respect and wonder. The next word is inception, and the options are initiative, beginning, initial and origin. So since inception means the beginning or first stage of something, the closest synonym to inception is beginning, that is the first part or section of something. So the synonym of inception is beginning. For example, for the purpose of his project, the student collected 12 years of data from Twitter, starting from the social media platform's inception in 2006. The other words are initiative. So initiative is the readiness or opportunity to act or take charge before others do. Initial means something that occurs at the beginning, and origin is the place where something begins or the source from which something is derived. Our next word is colossal, and our options are famous, vigorous, energetic and enormous. So colossal means extremely large or great, and enormous means very large in size, quantity or extent. So the synonym of colossal is enormous. For example, the colossal statue of the ancient Chinese warrior stands 48 meters tall atop a 10-meter high pedestal and is reported to weigh over 1320 tons. The other words are famous. So something or someone who is widely known and respected is said to be famous. Something or someone who is strong, healthy and full of energy is vigorous. And energetic means showing or involving great activity. So the second last word is paradox, and our options are paradise, question, puzzle and challenge. So paradox means a statement that contradicts itself. So since a puzzle means something that confuses you, the synonym of paradox should be puzzle. For example, in the world, according to Donald Trump, self-contradiction and paradox are the new normal. So the other words are paradise. So any place of complete happiness and peace, or a place like heaven, is called paradise. And a question is a sentence of inquiry. And a challenge is a call to someone to engage in a contest or a fight. Let's move to the next word. So the final word is proliferate, and our options are progression, prohibit, stipulate and reproduce. So progression means to grow or multiply quickly, and reproduce means to make a copy or equivalent of something, or also to give birth. So proliferate, the synonym of proliferate is reproduce. For example, rabbits reach reproductive maturity in 1 year, so they can proliferate extremely fast. The other words in this question are progression, which means the act of moving forward, prohibit, which means to forbid or prevent something by law, rule or other authority, and stipulate, which is to specify something as a condition or requirement in a contract. So finally, let's have a look at the summary of this video. The word espionage means spying, enigma means mystery or puzzle, concurrence means agreement of opinions, obnoxious means disgusting, covenant means a contract or a formal agreement, deference means respect, abrogate means to repeal, intrepid means fearless, grandeur means magnificence, inception means beginning, colossal means enormous, paradox is a statement that contradicts itself or a puzzle, proliferate means to reproduce. So this is the end of the lesson. This is the end of the 5th lesson in the series. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being patient. This series will cover about 600 questions, and your feedback is really valuable. Please give your feedback and suggestions in the comments section of this video. If you feel that the video is helpful, please like and share as much as possible. Also, please subscribe to the channel CGL Academy to stay updated about more such videos.